I'm Jolynn Braley with imperfect hair and an imperfect collar and all kinds of imperfect going on. But we've got to move forward anyway. This is my week 4 update. And after I give you my week 4 update, I'm going to share with you 3 ways to get unstuck to lose weight now. Because, oh my gosh, have I ever been stuck before? If you caught any of my previous videos over the past 4 weeks, then you might know that when my mom died on Thanksgiving, I threw all of my professional tools that I've been using to coach amazing clients since 2009 to struggle-free weight loss in 8 weeks or less. And I threw everything I knew out of the window, and I actually gained weight. Me, the professional permanent weight loss coach, gained weight. I mean, what in the world is going on? And I have been ultimately superiorly, that's not even a word. I have been so stuck before. So I 100% know what it is like to be stuck, to know what you could be doing to get back on track, and you just can't get yourself to do it. So I'm going to share 3 ways to get out of that today. But first, I want to share with you my week 4 update. And I did take my inch measurements this week. Last week, I forgot to take my tape measure with me when I went out of town. So my inch measurements this week are a comparison between now and the past 2 weeks ago when I took my inch measurements. But my actual fat loss, weight loss is a comparison between now and the past 7 days. So let's get to that. I'm looking at my paper here, and I released, or many people say lost weight. I don't like to say lost weight because have you ever lost anything that you didn't go looking for again? So do you really want to lose weight, or do you want to let it go? Do you want to release it? So I let go of 1.4 pounds over the past 7 days. That's actually really good, because that means that over the past 4 weeks, the total of 4 weeks, I have dropped 10 pounds, which is more than 2 pounds per week, which is much more than I would expect, because releasing 1 to 2 pounds of fat per week is great. That is what I expect. All right, so that's fantastic. 1.4 pounds over the past 7 days and a total of 10 pounds over the past 4 weeks. That's really great. Now, what about my inches? Over the past 2 weeks, my inches have dropped 2.375 inches. So that's fantastic too. I highly recommend that you take all of your inch measurements every week, only once a week when you do your weigh-in, and that you're using a scale like I use that takes more than just the weight measurement. And you keep track of all of these different measurements, because you might hit a plateau at some point along your weight loss journey, and it might look like you're not losing weight, but as long as your inches are either the same or continuing to go down, then you're still progressing. All right, so that's really fantastic. Yeah, I'm happy with this. And how am I doing this? Well, 92.8% of successful weight loss is mindset. That's why I do the personal private coaching that I do with my awesome coaching clients right over the phone. They get into the struggle-free zone in 8 weeks or less. Now, that is a premium coaching offer with me. And, you know, it's not for everyone. And so I have something else going on right now, which is Get Slim with Jolynn.com, which is available for any woman who wants to get unstuck and get moving and actually get my daily behind the scenes, which I don't know any other expert out there doing this right now. Everybody wants to show their end story, their perfect performance, their polished, perfect, everything's great. Well, I'm actually sharing each day through a private podcast feed my behind the scenes, and I'm even sharing my edge files. The edge files are when I feel like I'm about to go off the edge. And you can find out more about GetSlimWithJoLynn.com by going to GetSlimWithJoLynn.com. And keep in mind that the amount that you invest in yourself to come along on this journey with me, it is minuscule compared to private coaching with me. So this is awesome, and it's a great way to get unstuck right now and have support, know that you're not alone, and leverage what I give you each day, including a daily reflection prompt, which I highly recommend that you journal pen on paper each day, each day's reflection prompt, because that's going to give you the fastest results. Now, with that being said, I have 3 tips for you to help you get unstuck right now and start losing weight. Okay, the number 1 tip: stop waiting for motivation. You will wait forever to feel motivated to lose weight. And while you are waiting, what are you doing? How much binge eating are you engaging in? How much emotional eating, mindless eating, compulsive overeating? What are you eating while you're waiting and hoping and gathering free information to somehow one day get motivated to lose weight? The best way to get unstuck and start losing weight right now is you've got to make a big, bold, badass commitment to yourself. You've got to make a strong decision, a clear decision that you're just not going to wait any longer and that now is your time. Because what's going to happen if you don't do this now? It never comes. You know that someday that you say that you're going to get your act together, or Monday? Oh my gosh, I have been through so many Mondays that never panned out, and I never got results because I wasn't taking action. Now is the only place where you have power to make change. And I tell you what, your future you who's out there 6 months ahead of you loves you and will thank you. Be grateful forever for your decision to move forward and take action now, because the only way that you're going to become your future self is by doing the work, by staying consistent, by moving forward now. You can come and join us and GetSlimWithJoLynn.com for this unique opportunity that I have no intention of ever repeating. This is a one-time thing where I'm sharing my real life journey, and you get the behind the scenes of the expert to help you move forward now. So you can find out more about that at GetSlimWithJoLynn.com. My second tip to get unstuck now and start losing weight: get off of the processed foods. Hey, I know how hard this is to do, but if you can eat clean for 3 days, you're going to get most of that chemical addiction out of your system. Give it a full 2 weeks and you will be really on your way. But you've got to break free, and that takes a commitment also. That takes a decision. Check this out. Here's something that I used to eat that led to my weight gain. Okay, so yeah, zingers. I understand what it is like to be stuck. I understand what food addiction feels like, and you just can't eat one. You can't eat just one. You have to eat the whole box. Look at this right here. This is something that I could not eat just one of. I 100% understand what it is like to be addicted to food, to be addicted to sugar, to be addicted to processed foods. I get it. But as long as you keep this stuff in your system, how are you going to break free? How much weight are you losing? Now, if you are able to eat only one of these and have one once a month, and the rest of the time you're eating healthy, you're eating clean, you're doing great, you're releasing the fat, the scale is dropping, your inches are getting smaller, then that's fantastic. But you have to really be honest with yourself. You have to know yourself. Get real. Be totally 100% real with yourself. And if you know that you can't eat just one of these, then what do you want? Do you really want to become your future self? Do you really want to look your best in your jeans? Or are you more committed to the instant gratification and this right here? It's all a choice. It's all a decision. This is not about restriction. This is about making a choice and deciding who you are going to show up as 6 months from now. You know, it takes a full 12 weeks of healthy, clean living to see a significant change in your body, in your health, in your energy. It takes time. This is not a quick fix. There is no magical bullet. There's no magical pill. There's no magical shot. I know how tempting it is and alluring it is to buy into those ideas. But bottom line, weight loss is not rocket science. You have to do it. You have to let go of the stuff that has made you fat and embrace the foods that work for your body. And if you've ever gotten to your goal weight in the past, you already know what works for you. That's why in GetSlimWithJoLynn.com, I am offering my members the chance to get my daily behind the scenes to leverage what's going on with me to help them get their head in the right place to have a weight loss mindset, which is 92.8% of the challenge. They can bring their own healthy eating plan with them, which is fantastic. Get Slim with JoLynn is for women who are fed up with being stuck and want to make a change right now. In this very unique opportunity that I don't know any other professional coach out there who is doing anything like this, because everybody wants to, be the end product and maybe talk about something that they went through maybe 20 or 30 years ago. But this is real life, what I'm doing. So it's pretty awesome at GetSlimWithJoLynn.com. Okay, now my third tip to get unstuck and start losing weight now. Stop trying to force yourself to be all alone, to go it alone, to be superwoman, and you don't want anyone else to know what's really going on with you. You might be 50 pounds overweight, but you keep a smile on your face and you don't want anyone to know how bad you struggle each night there in the dark corner of the kitchen, eating ice cream out of the carton and quickly putting it back in the freezer if you hear anyone approaching. What if you're not the only one? What if you could actually learn from others and get support? So whether you come along and join us in GetSlimWithJoLynn.com, or you get personal private coaching, or you have some other paid support group, not free, because you know what happens whenever you join something free, like a free Facebook group? How seriously do you take it? What kind of action do you take? Where is your leverage on yourself? When you actually put your skin in the game and you invest time, money, and focus into yourself, then you are showing yourself that you are serious about making a real change. Otherwise, it's just information collecting. It's just waiting for that someday, sometime that maybe you'll get that spark of motivation. Maybe you're hoping that watching my videos will help you get motivated. And if they do help you get motivated, that's fantastic. But the only way you're going to get results is by taking action. And the action has to be consistent. It's got to work for your body. You've got to be addressing your mindset every day, because mindset is 92.8% of the challenge. You've got to be sticking with it every single day. It can't be just like a one-time thing or a Monday through Friday thing even. Wow, do I ever know how sensitive, I guess you could say, my body is? Like, if I were to eat clean Monday through Friday, but on the weekends just let it all hang out, I wouldn't get anywhere. I would not see any real results each week with my weigh-in and my measurements. I have to be honest with myself about that. I know this about myself. So you have to know your own self and be 100% real and honest. And sometimes that right there is the hardest thing to do. That's why journaling your way to your ideal weight can be so helpful, but you have to know how to do it the right way. And in Get Slim with Jolynn, I am giving my members a daily reflection prompt to help them empower themselves and journal within, go within and be with themselves each and every day, even if it's only for 5 minutes. But when you focus on yourself for a full 5 minutes every day with that pen and paper, with both feet flat on the floor, and you're totally distraction free, that can be a significant rolling opportunity and action that will add up over time. But how is it ever going to happen and give you results if you're not doing it? Doing it is not just listening to me talk about it. Doing it is you actually taking action for yourself. But you've got to have the steps, you've got to have the instructions, you've got to know the most powerful and the most results getting way to do these things. So if you want to come along and join us in GetSlimWithJolynn.com, just go there and you're welcome to join us now. If you are a woman who is done with being stuck and it makes sense to you, what I'm sharing with you, that nothing's going to change if you don't get going, if you don't get moving. You've got to move forward and do something different if you want different results. Yeah. So I will be back next week with my week 5 update. And in the meantime, make sure that you like and subscribe on the channel that you are watching my video on so that you don't miss out. And I'm going to keep going forward no matter what. I might have stumbles along the way, which I'll be sharing the behind the scenes on in GetSlimWithJolynn.com. And, you know, that's just part of the process. There is no perfect journey. There is no perfect result, but there is results that come from consistent, healthy action, ongoing, meal after meal, snack after snack, day after day. It all adds up. So I'll see you next week for my week 5 update. In the meantime, I highly suggest that you be nice to yourself, that you treat yourself like your own best friend, and take that seriously. Would you want your own best friend to be depressed, addicted to food, overweight, obese, out of control with her eating? You probably wouldn't, would you? Here's to your success in getting back on track, getting unstuck, and moving forward now.